In this video, we're going to talk about the yields of chemical reaction. In this video, we're going to talk about the yields of chemical reaction. So what are the yields of chemical reactions? To make it easy, let's again relate it to cooking. Let's say you prepared a cookie dough, which is good enough to prepare 5 dozen of cookies. So how many possible cookies can you make? You will have 60 cookies. Okay? But then your friend called and you talked about a lot of things like the quarantine, the government, the Manila Bay, and the president. Okay, let's say the president.
Oh, excuse me?
So what happened is a sheet of 12 cookies burnt. So you have to throw them away. So what is now the number of edible cookies? You will have 48 since 60 minus 12. So now let's get the ratio of edible cookies to the number of possible cookies. So we will have 48 edible cookies over 60 possible cookies. That will be 0.8. Now to get the percentage, you have to multiply it to 100, okay? That will give us 80%. So out of the cookie dough which you prepared for 5,000 cookies, there is only 80% edible cookies. Okay, so where does chemistry come in? The number of possible cookies is actually called the theoretical yield. It is the amount of product that may be produced by reaction
Wow, that was so powerful.
under specified conditions. So it came from the word theory. So if the cookies didn't burn, you will still have 60 cookies. So in chemistry, the number of edible cookies is called the actual yield. It is the amount of product obtained. It is the amount of actual product. That's why it's actual yield.
We on the same page, right?
So in theory, you should have 60 cookies, but a sheet or a dozen burnt, so you now have just 48 cookies. Then remember, we get the ratio between the edible cookies and the possible cookies and multiply it to 100. That is called the percent yield. The percent yield is the extent to which a reaction's theoretical yield is achieved, and that is the 80%. Therefore, the formula for percent yield will be actual yield over theoretical yield times 100. So now let's have an example in chemistry, like actual substances.
How many people were scared?
A reaction with calculated yield of 9.23 grams produced 7.89 grams of product. What is the percent yield for this reaction? So if you analyze the problem, calculated yield is your theoretical yield, okay, which is equal to 9.23 grams. Then the mass of product produced is your actual yield, which is 7.89 grams. Applying the formula and substituting the value, this will give us 7.89 grams over 9.23. That will give us 0.855 times 100. The answer will be 85.5%. That's the percent yield. Okay, let's have another one. 5.96 grams of ammonia react completely according to the following reaction. 2 ammonia gas plus carbon dioxide gas will yield urea plus water. What is the theoretical yield of urea? Okay, again, we're just looking for theoretical yield. And again, theoretical yield is the maximum number of product that can be produced, or the possible number of product or amount. So basically, this is just a normal stoichiometry problem. Let's try to solve it. Draw the fishbone or the sword. Then write the given to the upper left, like the leftmost. Then use the molar mass, which is already given. So the grams is in the bottom so that you will cancel the unit and get the moles. After that, if you remember, you have to make use of the mole ratio. And where do we get it? from the balanced chemical equation. So 2 moles of ammonia in the bottom, so cancel the unit. Then you need 1 mole of urea. Basically, it just says to produce 1 mole of urea, you need 2 moles of ammonia. That's it. Then make use of the molar mass of urea, which is also given in the problem. Okay? So cancel all the units. You will get 10.5 grams urea. So that's it. That's the theoretical yield. So if you want a more complex example, you should check my video about the practice problem.
Thanks everybody for coming out. I know y'all didn't expect me. Thank y'all so much, especially you in the back right there.